Welcome to my next video. In this one I want to show you some differences that I've noticed going from driving a Volt to the Tesla. It's fall here in Michigan. There's a lot of leaves on the ground, and if you listen you can hear a lot of leaf blowers in the background. Yeah, there's like 2 or 3 going. So that will also give you an idea of how the Model S cancels or is soundproof inside once I get inside. So the first thing that I wanted to show you is the charging door is different in the Model S because it's actually mechanized or motorized, I guess, in the Model S, whereas in the Volt it was actually in the front left and you had to open it by hand, but here you can do it with the key fob. Apparently you have to unlock first. Anyway, you can do it that way. You can unlock it from inside the car, and to close it you just give it a little nudge, and you can also unlock, or you can also close it from inside the car as well. I don't know if you can close it with the fob. Let's try that. Doesn't look like it. Looks like it just opens. Anyway, so that's nice. You don't have to worry about whether it latches or not. You just give it a little touch. There were a number of times where I drove off not realizing that my charge door was open on the Volt because I didn't know it hadn't latched. Okay, moving on. The next thing is the seats. Now I'm 6 feet tall. Let me get this seat like that. And I have the next gen seats in here. Oops. And they're really good. I'm 6 feet and about 180 pounds. And I noticed that in the Volt, down in the lumbar area, even though it did have lumbar support, like it was kind of concave. And it, like, the thoracic area kind of came out too soon on the Volt, and so I couldn't quite get myself comfortable. It was like it was just a little bit too small for somebody my size, but the Model S is perfect in terms of size. And even the steering wheel, which it's not a complete circle. I mean, this is a circle, but I mean the diameter or the circumference of this, the shape of the actual tube, is a little bit flattened this way, and it's a little bit bigger or thicker than the Volt, which gives it a sporty, like really confident feel, which I really like. Alright, so let's get in here. Okay. So the next thing that's kind of interesting, let me turn the steering wheel so that we can see everything. Oops. There we go. Okay. So the Tesla has 2 scroll knobs, one over here, one over here. The Volt just had one over here which controlled volume and stuff, but this one does not control volume. The volume is actually on the left, so that's taking some getting used to. This one controls fan speed, and they're also true scroll wheels. They don't just notch up like that, like the Volt does. Another difference is you can see here the forward and backward. Well, first of all, it's on the left, which is different than the Volt. I think the Volt had like cruise control controls over here or something like that. Okay, another difference is obviously the awesome backup camera, which in the Tesla you can have on at any time. And it also has the backup lines. There we go, to show you what you're going to run into, which is really handy. Okay, there we go. Put that back. And let me consult my list for the other differences here. Oh yeah, another one. So the Volt obviously is a smaller vehicle, you know, fine, whatever. But one thing that I really like about the Tesla is that you can actually see the ridge of the roof right there. It just gives it like a premium feel that, I don't know, it really feels like you're driving a premium sedan or something when you see this decorative, really appealing curve on the side of your trunk, instead of a trunk that just like whoop, goes down and you can't see anything. So I actually like that. It kind of heralds back to old classic cars where you would have, wings in the back and these flares in the front hood. So maybe if you're shorter you can't see it as well, but I think you still could see it a little bit. So I actually really like that. I think it's pretty cool. All right, what else do we have? Talked about volume. Oh yeah, the voice button. Let's turn this back on, which is right here. Now in the Volt you would just hit that and then let go and then talk, and it automatically detected when you had stopped, and basically it was guessing when it thought you were done with your speech. But in the Model S here, you actually hold it down, which is kind of a pain because you have to hold it down, but on the other hand, it'll never cut you off before you finish your sentence. So if you're like, not talking very fast, which I tend to not talk very fast, that's actually pretty handy. What else? Oh, nothing to show on this next one, but no engine comes on in the Model S. You never have the engine running due to low temperature, or engine running due to maintenance, or something like that. Which, one of the things when I got the Volt, it's surprising once you drive electric, like you just want to only drive electric. So if you have to use the engine either for heat or maintenance or even like a longer trip on the Volt, it kind of felt like, you were in a video game and you kind of lost, like, oh, I have to use the engine. So, I exceeded my budget of 40 miles or whatever, whatever you were rated for at the time. And speaking of that, the air heat in the Model S, it seems to get warmer faster than the Volt. So it's pretty cold here in Michigan, and so sometimes I'm leaving in the morning when it's 30 degrees, 15 degrees, sometimes even below zero. And with the Volt, I would have to drive maybe up to a mile on my route from home in order to actually feel a difference in the heat. But the Model S, it's maybe a quarter mile to a third of a mile, and I can already I can already feel it. So that's a difference probably of about 5 minutes. I would say the Volt took at least between 5 and 10 minutes to actually get warm. 10 minutes is too long. I don't think it was that long, but the Model S is below 5 minutes. I need to do some tests on that though, because I don't know if that was a little bit of preconditioning or what. But anyway, it's something I've noticed. Another thing is, in the Model S, there's no on button. So in the Volt, there was a button right around here, a hard button, the blue one, which is cool. I mean, it's nice to be able to use a button instead of a key. But in the Model S, like, there's nothing. You just put it in reverse with your foot on the brake. So that's pretty cool. One other difference that's much more convenient in the Model S is that when you go to put in address in the maps, a full-size keyboard pops up here, which is different in the Volt. The Volt had this strange, kind of predictive typing thing, which often resulted in typing the wrong location or something like that. So it's really nice to have a full keyboard. And then the last thing that I want to show is the phone connecting. Now, both these cars have Bluetooth and can connect to multiple phones, but if you're driving the Volt, you can't actually connect a phone while you're driving, because They don't think it's safe for the driver to do that, and maybe that's true, but the driver is not the only person that has a phone. So it's really nice in the Tesla that passengers can set up their phones with the vehicle while it's still driving. So those are some differences that I've noticed with the Model S. The Volt is a great vehicle, but it's sort of a transition vehicle between gas and electric, whereas the Model S fully embraces electric driving. So anyway, thanks for watching.